Hi everyone, welcome to the next video in this series from Small Victories Postcards by Johanna Basford using Polychromos postcards. I'm going to start with this one today. Oops, it's come off the bottom. I just come in as close as I can and then we will adjust it. There we go. Now I'm going to use this sort of turquoise colours for this one. I think we'll start with the lightest. This is the light cobalt turquoise. I'm just going to give it a sharpen and then show you. It's quite hard to read, isn't it? And we're going to just make the centres darker and then just gently spread it to the tip of each petal, hopefully fading as we go. It's quite difficult in this small space, but I'll do the best that I can and hopefully you can have a little go too. There we go. Oh, I think I've missed a bit there. Just go over that centre. Next we're going to use the cobalt green. Again, I need to sharpen it, and we're going to need this one quite sharp actually. I'm going to do each of these little petals a little bit darker and then fading out. It's really strange hearing children's voices outside. I don't doubt you can hear them, but we don't have a lot of young children around here, so it's quite odd. But anyway, sounds like they're having fun. A lot of shouting and squealing but happy. So that's always good. There we go. And then on the last petal we're going to use cobalt turquoise. So again, a nice sharpening. Here we go. Cobalt turquoise. And again, just fade it out. Towards, well, here we're just fading towards the edge of the paper. As we come around here, we'll fade it towards the edge of the petal. There we go. Now we've got a couple of others left to go as well. And I'm going to have a little think about colours. Obviously we've already done a blue one, but I think this is a very different shade of blue, so I think it works. I'm just going to make it dark along that line edge. And then also put a little dark bit around this edge. Like that. Right, our next one is down here. Now what colours haven't we done much of? We've done those and those and those and those. I am thinking maybe a different green, because we've done we did sort of brights. We could do a bluey green, or we could do like, I think I'm going to use these two. Let's start with this one. I'm going to start with the earth green. It's like a grey green, so it's going to be very different. And I'm going to do the larger petals with this. Just sort of doing the edge. And I'm going to just try and fade them out towards the edge of each petal. We've done that with all of them so far, so nice to be consistent. So just pushing my book down a bit, there we go. Just looking at the time, my sun is still streaming away, but that's okay. I feel like I've been in here ages, but I haven't really. But I can't talk when he's streaming, so it doesn't really matter. And as my dark edge colour for this one, I'm going to use the juniper green. I always think it goes very nicely. Here it is. And I'm just going to go around here. Now some of my Polychromos have capital letter type on the pencil name, and some of them are small letters. Why is that? Well, the capital letters are the older pencils. They've changed them more recently to not all be capitals. I've got this one left here. So we can't do it blue or pink. I've got a red here and a green here and an orange just there. So I'm trying to think. I could certainly, we could do it. No, we can't. I think we'll do it in sort of brown-ishy. I know, we'll do the, I'm trying to find the cinnamon. Yeah, I'm going to use the cinnamon first and then move to sort of browns. I think it'll work. So here's the cinnamon. We're going to do that in this middle part. I think maybe just these two. This one here and this one here. It's cinnamon, like that. And then I'm going to go straight to the brown ochre. Sorry, that's the burnt ochre. Let's get that right. And these. So I'm going to try and fade towards the end of each petally bit. Like that. Then we're going to go to terracotta. So we're going to have a sort of orangey vibe, sort of emerging. If you don't have Polychromos, I do have some conversion charts between Poly and Prisma, for example. That's probably my most popular one actually, and other pencil sets too. But if you don't have any of the ones that I have produced, then let me know and I might be able to do some for you. My charts are all on my Ko-fi, so if you find my link to my Ko-fi in my video description, you can go and find them, and they're all free. You can make a donation if you want to, but you don't have to. There's no expectation there to do so. It all helps, of course, but I know that a lot of you can't do it. Family comes first, sanguine, particularly children, and that's what's most important. So here I'm trying to make them a little darker on the base. I do the same myself with the way I spend. I would like to give money to more people online and things. This is the burnt sienna. I'm going to use this with this little line here, but you know, family has to come first. My children are still at home. Yep, they're probably big enough to earn money themselves, but we have told them that we will help them out, so we're sticking with that. Why shouldn't they have a bit of time to enjoy life before they have to go out and work? My last one is going to be the walnut brown, so I'm going to go quite dark on those little petals. And I know brown is a bit of an odd flower colour, but it's just finding a different combo really. I'm going to try and fade towards the edge, make them a little bit darker in here. It's quite a weird selection of colours actually here. But I want them to have fun while they're young. They've got no responsibility. I did when I was at uni. I stayed at home, I got a full grant, I had money, didn't need to work, just spent a lot of time chilling, enjoying myself, and why not? As I say, I do that a lot myself still anyway. I'm very lucky. This is still the walnut brown, sorry. I'm going to use this to outline these edges. But my husband doesn't get that luxury. He has to go to work, earn money. So, you know, it's nice to help them out while we can. It's a big responsibility, having a family and things, and while they haven't got one, they can just chill. There we go. So that is all of our flowers finished. We've got to think about background now. Oops, I made it very swift then, didn't I? Right, so we haven't got lots of background. I've got a selection of pens. I've got these Moonlight Gelly-Rolls, metallic and Stardust glitter. Now the Moonlight, I've got a really interesting set of colours in there. I'm wondering, there's a dark grey, which I think could work, but I've got a black metallic, which I actually am favouring. So from the metallic shiny, I'm going to use this black one. I think the black, I liked it when I used a black before. I'll start, like I'm starting over here in the far corner. If you're left-handed, go the other way. The idea is to start in a place where you won't smudge. And then someone said to me once they don't use pens because they're left-handed and they're scared they'll smudge it. Well, you can smudge it with the right hand too. And I realise left-handedness can make things more difficult. But just think about the way you're going to be moving across the paper, and just try to colour accordingly. And with such a small book or page, depending on whether you're using the book or the postcard, you can turn it around so that you're not leaning over bits of wet pen. And you can also take it slowly, do a little section, leave it to dry, come back to it, then do another section. You don't have to do it all in one go. And while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about that little tiny border that's going all around our page. And I'm thinking, what shall I do it in? Now I'm thinking I'd quite like to use a metallic pen for that, just to make it different to this background. Sorry, a glitter pen, sorry, this is metallic, dear me. My brain's thinking the right things, my mouth's saying the wrong thing. So glitter, but what colour? Well, we've got a lot of colour going on, so I think maybe just a silver might be the answer. I think it might look good too with just a black pen around the edge, but I actually don't have one in here as far as I'm aware. So I've got that dark grey in the Moonlight. I think that might work actually. Might use that. Feeling thirsty already. Feels 5 minutes since I had my coffee after lunch. Might go and get a cup of tea. I was going to make a pot of tea this morning. I didn't get time in the end. I was fiddling around with something, and then my husband was like, we need to get ready to go out. I was like, oh yeah. So I ended up having quite a quick breakfast and not having a pot of tea. But never mind. Another day. There's always things to do. But tomorrow I'm gonna wash my hair in the morning, so that'll take a bit of time. Maybe. It doesn't take that long though, because I tend to wash and leave the conditioner in, and it doesn't take so long to wash it out, you know, to have to rinse it out. And my sister says she has to brush her hair before she washes it because it gets so tangled. Mine doesn't, but hers is a bit longer than mine. I don't know, she says she gets dreads in hers in between washes, but I don't with mine, so I don't know. But she used to have hers all in dreads, so I don't know whether it's prone to it, but those have all grown out or been cut out by now, so I'm not sure. This pen's running out, but that'll be just about enough. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to do the outside in, so you could pick a glitter pen, but they're quite pale. So I'm going to pick this Moonlight one, which is, I didn't tell you the number actually, the other one was number 549. This one doesn't have, oh it does, 444. Now I'm going to have to turn the book around because I'm not going to be able to reach the other side without putting my hand on top of the wet metallic pen. So I thought I might as well start on this side, which wouldn't necessarily make sense if it was the only bit I was colouring in pen, because I'd have to reach over it. But I'm going to turn it round and we'll be nearly done. There we go. I'm actually going to turn it round for each side. I've got a book underneath to lean on, which is creating problems for me. Naughty book. I've actually got underneath here the Rooms of Wonder, the postcard book, which you would have seen had you watched the first video, which I suspect most of you probably have. I haven't coloured many of those. It's weird because they seem smaller, even though Small Victories has lots of small pictures in. Move my pencils out of the way. The postcards themselves seem a lot smaller. I've done a flip through of the uncoloured book. I tend to send them to people without colouring them in because they're so delicately, so small. There's one I've got left in here that's really small, and it's the one with the items on the shelves. I think it's got 4 of the shelves or 6 of the shelves. They're so small, but I will do it. But I was going to do it today, but I'm going to have to leave this page open to dry, so I won't be able to. But I'm not sure whether to do any more tutorials for you from here or not. I've got 3 left. The items on shelves I'm not going to do, it's too small. I've got the narwhal and the fish one. Where's my lid? There we go. Sorry, that was half out of shot, wasn't it? But there we go, you can see the finished page now. So there we are, all done. So I think I probably would have been better doing a black background, but I just wanted to make it look different to the one that I'd done already. Then it's up to you. If I'd done a black background, I would have done a gold outline, like I did on my original one. But we are all done now, so thank you if you've watched the whole series. I appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you that that I'm just looking at a reflection of a bird on my roof in a window opposite, and it's a white bird, and I can't work out if it's a seagull or a dove. We've had some doves around, or a heron. It's really blurred and strange, and it looks like there's 2, but there's probably only 1 because of the way it's reflecting. Anyway, you don't need to know about that. But yes, thank you to all of you that have followed along the whole series. Those of you who've liked and commented, it's so appreciated. And yeah, hope you have a wonderful time. Join me tomorrow for a new series, and happy colouring.